Hello everyone, and welcome to Trails in the Sky, the third. So this is, quite obviously by the title, the third game in the Trails in the Sky, I want to say series, but at this point it's more like a sub-series of the Trails series in general, because we have the two middle games, and then Trails from Cold Steel. I don't know. It's a whole long thing. We're working through it, but we're only at the beginning. I played the first two games, Trails in the Sky FC and SC, on my Twitch. So those are both up on the archive channel if you want to check it out. And yeah, links to those will be in the description. Otherwise, this is going to be a very long game, so expect to see it on the channel for a while. It's also apparently the hardest of the three, and that's fine. It's definitely a hard game, and I insist on playing it on hard mode, because not Nightmare, that's really meant for New Game Plus, but hard mode, you can beat hard mode on a first playthrough. I did that for my first ever playthrough of FC, but when we streamed through the game on normal, it felt too easy. Even the super hard optional to win fight was a joke, right? So, actually I don't think it was optional, you have to win, but it was super hard anyways. So we played the second game on hard, and some battles took us like a stream or two to get through. But we'll see how this one goes. This one stars the ever wonderful Kevin from last game. I will be doing my best to be returning all the voices that I did for characters before, but I'm sure I've forgotten one or two. The series is fantastic for its continuity between titles. Year 1203 of the Septian calendar. Fall. Just over half a year since the Liber Arc's collapse. So, the second game. Cruising through the night sky above the Cruzian province in eastern Erebonia. So 6 months after the events of game number 2. Was the Reinford Company's latest display in luxury, the Lusitania. We might get some lag during some of the cutscene. I apologize for that. Actually, I might be able to fix that. Okay, I lowered some of the graphical settings, and that seemed to do wonders. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. You also get to see this, which you missed out last time because it plays before the main menu. That brief hesitation was all it took to spawn a great evil. It crawled through the fields, ran through the hills, and spread disaster in the skies above. Book of Ezer, verse 2, Disaster Unleashed. So that's neat. And then just brought us to the main menu. Oh yes, so I think we get a nun as our secondary character. I think that was her. Okay, we've got oh, I don't like that. Oh, I really don't like that. No, okay. Yeah, other things are going to have to be done. Okay, hang tight. Always do that with these games. Alright, that seems to have done it. Okay. Let's get back in here. We go into hard. And it's like we never left. Yeah, here we go. This is running much smoother. The Legend of Heroes. If I may have your attention, please. On behalf of the Conrad Company, I would like to take the time to thank you all for attending this party today. As I'm sure you're all aware, this is a most auspicious day. Yes, indeed. On this historic day, 10 years ago, this fine company... Kevin's voice is gonna kill me doing this during this entire playthrough, but I gotta stick to it because I love it. You don't seem to be enjoying this quite as much as he is. You ought to at least try and feign interest in what he's saying, hmm? Surely you must understand what kind of man he is if you're here. Oh, that I do! He's a merchant of death who made a fortune during the 100 Days' War, and one of the Empire's most wealthy men, despite being a relative newcomer. Why, it was only a few years ago that he partnered up with the famous Reinford Group, and now he's serving on their board of directors. His record makes for a most impressive read, that much is for certain. I'm actually toning it back a little bit from his original voice. Although I dare say he's less impressive in person compared to on paper. My, you'd best refrain from making such remarks. That mask of yours may disguise your identity, but it won't keep those naughty men in black away should you make an enemy of them. Now, that's a terrifying prospect. I can't imagine I'd last very long if I did. I'd surely be cast through this window as easily as a pebble plunges through water. I must say I find you rather intriguing. Are you a member of the press, perhaps? Oh, you don't actually know? Or maybe even a government official? Oh, I would answer, but where's the fun in spilling secrets? I'll leave the pondering to your fertile imagination, mademoiselle. Leaving my identity aside, however, this ship is an impressive work of art. It's hard to believe we're inside one at all, and yet here we are, thousands of arge in the air. Well, it is Reinford's latest model. One would expect nothing less than art. Last I heard, they were advertising it as the largest airship in the world. Oh, that's a red flag right there. It's some Titanic vibes. It is 120 arge across, so they're probably right. As far as most of the world knows. You certainly know how to make a lady curious. But even with the mask, it's no secret that you're so young. Practically still a boy. I wonder, how often do you go around charming your way through these drab parties with that aura of mystique? Well, seems the mask can't hide all my secrets. Perhaps I ought to make my daring escape before I give away anything more about myself. If you must, although it would be my pleasure to continue keeping you company. It's not every day that one gets to enjoy chatting the night away with a mysterious stranger like this, you know. We could even take our chats somewhere more comfortable. Like your room. Oh my, so forward. I would be honored to, fair lady. But only if you can promise the goddess, as her eyes turned away, she may blush if she's watching. Meanwhile, I'll refrain from asking why your room would not be an acceptable location. And I'll thank you for not forcing me to bring up that oaf of a man. Did he just walk away from her? He just left. Wow, okay. Just absolutely vacated. Well, the party's in full swing now. This chance is as good as any. His private room's on the highest floor of the ship and on the other side of the deck. Okay, let's get to work. So a couple quick notes. Normally, games in the same little sub-series have transfer bonuses going from game to game. However, playing SC, we kind of started off Steam and then went to Steam and then couldn't continue off Steam. It was weird. And long story short, it seems like it's not picking up the save file of SC, so we're not going to get the transfer bonus. All it is apparently is just an extra item or two. It's not like in SC where the transfer bonus from FC is pretty decent. This one, I mean, I'm sure it was a decent item, but we'll get along. Another note is that these games being so freaking massive, they're also filled to the brim with hidden stuff that you can miss. So, it is generally in my practice with these games to proceed with a walkthrough. Just to kind of, touch base as I'm going, make sure I'm not missing anything, make sure I can get things done in time. I will edit out me reading through any of the guides and stuff, but looks like for now we are good to continue. Oh, okay. Ah, yes. So the default walk I set to run, and then this is our turbo, which we can use to help with a lot of silly areas. I apologize for our boorish presence here at this most elegant occasion. I'm afraid it is a necessary evil in order to ensure the safety of our guests. All that I can do is ask for your understanding. I'm not going to talk to every single person, but we'll talk to a few people. Please, pay us no mind. We are merely here so that you may enjoy the party to its fullest. You certainly know how to hold a party, Conrad. There aren't many who are wealthy enough to be able to organize a gathering like this in the sky. Oh, absolutely. If my guests are satisfied, then I have done my job. Still, today's party is but a minor diversion compared to what the future holds for us. Quite the gathering you've got here. That looks like Marquis Ballot, known for his extravagant spending. And this guy's the president of that one big jeweler, Corey's & Co. Hopefully they'll keep our friend occupied for a while. Yeah. Did Lady go away? I'm sorry, what was that? I said that no mask can hope to disguise the beauty of your ivory white skin, or the luster of those fine red lips. Well, aren't you the flatterer? Oh my, come to say hello again so soon? My offer still stands if you find yourself with an appetite for excitement. I'll be able to get rid of this gentleman in no time at all, really. She was the one who initiated the conversation with me, if you're wondering. Still, I can't very well ignore her. I'll just try and keep the conversation going. She is thirsty. Come pay me a visit. Might I interest you in something to drink, sir? We have some well-aged Steinros, if you would care for some. We are humbly at your service. Should there be anything we can do to assist you, please let us know. I want some of that Steinros. Bro, you're holding out. Yes, Lady Lindell is currently resting in her room. She said that she is feeling a little unwell at the moment, you see. Why does she have to choose a party like this to feel unwell? I hope she isn't faking it to stay in her room. Must she oppose me at every turn? She's Bernadetta. Alright, I want to talk to the rest of you. Oh, hello, who is that? Strange. Felt like someone was watching me for a minute. I didn't get a good look. Ah, forget it. I've got work to do. I didn't recognize it, though, so I don't think it's anyone from the first two games. His private room's on the highest floor of the ship on the other side of the deck. Time to move. May I see your invite, sir? This, you mean? The masked man swiftly presented his invitation. My apologies, sir. This is merely a precaution in order to secure the safety of our lovely guests here. Don't worry about it, I understand. Can I... Nope. Not allowed to look at anything yet. Makes sense. There's a couple of chests here. Tira bomb. Treasure chest reveals itself to be a crafty mimic and licks your unsuspecting hand. Better break out the disinfectant. Well, this is supposed to be the latest airship from Reinford. Oh, it's certainly comfortable enough to be. I'll have to try and travel on it again whenever I can. Even the furnishings in these rooms all seem to be of the highest class. I have to say, I'm impressed. Ooh, library. This ship does have a fine collection of books. I wonder which I should read first. There's the entire Carnelia series, which is the hidden collectible books from the first game. Please refrain from talking loud. Please refrain from talking loudly when within this room! This is the Lusitania's library. I hope you will enjoy your time relaxing here. I just can't seem to relax on board this ship. Everything is just so fancy and luxurious. It's all too much for an old man like me. Oh, please excuse me. I assume you must be an invited guest. The party is being held in the room at the end of the corridor if you're having difficulties finding the way. Thank you, miss! Are you taking a walk around the ship, sir? If so, might I suggest following the stairs ahead and stepping out onto the main deck? I find gazing up at the stars while enjoying the night breeze an especially relaxing way to pass the time. Is the third chest? Oh, yes. Tira bomb and EP charge. We need to talk. Pine fresh. I almost forgot. Each chest has its own message. The message, remember, there is but one truth. Love is eternal! Alright. Go up a floor. Those are the only chests we need to find. I don't think I need to be out here. Whee! Hi, fellas. Stop right there! Staircase leads to Sir Conrad's private room. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I figured you'd say something like that. Sorry, though. This isn't gonna be your lucky day. What? What are you doing? Looks like I'm dealing with a bunch of Jaeger dropouts. They don't seem that well trained either. This'll be cake. I sure wish every job I had was this easy. Wow! Talk about pointlessly fancy! Alright. Now where's he hidden it? Now, I do want to mention, my good buddy Tawny, the Duke of Kiseki, or Duke of Trails as it would be, insisted that I do not need to play this game and that it is actually optional, seeing as it mostly was just there to set up plot points that are dealt with later in the series anyways. But, like, why would I skip it? We get to play as Kevin! So, I know he's very happy that I am continuing with the series. There is a switch of some sort underneath the vase. Press the switch, sure. Well, would you look at that? Who wants to bet that's not the only one? Long-standing meme of Wen Kiseki. Switch in the armrest, sure. Hope it doesn't have to be in a specific order. All the switches were reset, yep. That one must have been a fake. Bah, I should have known they wouldn't make it simple. That's probably not the only switch I need to press. This one's real? Apparently so. Okay. Oh, so maybe this one wasn't fake, it's just that they have to be in a certain order? Yeah, it was in order. Oh, nope. That one literally is just fake, okay. So, like, what happens if I do this one first? Wasn't there a switch over there? Am I mad? Oh, hello. Okay, so maybe it's just all of them except for the couch? Wasn't there one over here? Or am I insane? Maybe we did that one first and I can't remember. Yeah, okay. We got it. Boom! Yeah, first try, baby! Haha! And here we go! Everything so far has been completely in line with what I expected, which means that... There's a panel with buttons that have letters written on them. A password of some kind apparently must be entered. I wonder... Orpheus. I figured as much. Looks like my target this time is one of the toys our friends decided to spread around for fun. I don't remember the exact significance of Orpheus, but it is a reference to the last game. Ooh, nice little vault. Take everything. Wear the vase as a hat. Pretty theme. The Fool's Locket, huh? A forbidden artifact that lets the bearer pass all but the most obvious lies off as complete truth. Oh, that's pretty sick. Really not the kind of thing a shady weapons dealer should have in his possession. Of course it was alarmed. Now, I think we were like late level 70s or 80s last game, so Kevin should be pretty strong. Although it's not... I don't know if it saves his level. What's going on here? What happened to the two who were on guard here? They were both fast asleep. Seems like whoever did it used a dart or spray of some kind. You think we're dealing with someone in the same business as us? We better keep him locked inside here until the party's over. We can give our report to Master Conrad after. What do you think the odds are that he's not acting alone? Judging by the security camera footage, I don't think it's that high. That said, there's a definite chance he's got some form of backup that just hasn't acted yet. I'd say we're better off marking all uninvited guests for the time being. We wouldn't want to let anyone slip through our sights. Did he just laugh at us? Something funny? Oh no, I just thought I should probably apologize for underestimating you. I'd written you all off as untrained Jaeger dropouts, but maybe you've got more going for you than I was giving you credit for. You little... You've got guts, I'll give you that. I've got no idea how you came to be here, but you should know that Master Conrad is not a merciful man. Don't think you're going to get out of this in one piece. You're in for such a world of pain, you'll wish you'd killed yourself while you've had the chance. Well, doesn't that sound like a fun time? Sadly for you, I've already got my next date lined up, so I won't be able to take you up on that. What the? How? Oh yeah, probably should have said this earlier. You really might want to step back from that door. Like a lot. What just happened? No way! That door was designed to withstand a direct hit from an orbital cannon. Boy, you guys have no idea how hard it is to hold back with that one. I'm not a huge fan of using it, but I mean, you didn't give me much choice. The man, the myth, the legend. This is a joke, right? Priest? Yep, I'm legit and everything, too. So if you're interested in making any confessions, I'd be happy to listen to them. For extra cheap as a limited time offer. And you guys would have a lot to confess. Don't lend an ear to him. Let's do this. Aww. I was hoping more for a, what, you charge people kind of reaction. Oh well. I guess I don't mind cutting to the chase this time. Come get some! Alright. I don't know what our level is, but we're definitely overpowered. We've got all of our healing arts. Some good earth, got some time in there, so he's probably got a speed up. Very earth-centric. Earth and water and time. Okay. Well, then in that case, let's hit him with a Titanic Works. It hits the whole field. That sure is damage that you're doing. Almost got the two gunners in one shot. Chain 3, yeah. He's got all the abilities we had at endgame. I won't lie, it does mildly bother me that I couldn't get the transfer data working. Just bothers me a little bit, a lot. Oh yeah, you can't do any chaining, so just hit him with a Hellgate. Why the hell not? Ah! Oh no, my defense is down. Whatever will I do? Anyways.
Alright, what's next?
Yeah, see, my voice for him isn't far off. Level 90? Okay. I think I might have had him at like 93, 94 at best. I'm okay with this. He's a Grail Knight? I've heard rumors about them, but damn! And curious as I am, I'm probably better off not asking about what kind of rumors you've heard. Don't worry though, I'm only here for your client. So you go ahead and have a nice long nap on the floor, okay? You'll still live to see tomorrow. Ugh, what kind of a monster? Okay, I've got what I came for. Now to get back to the party and wrap this job up. It sucks I have to go without taking that lady up on her offer, though. She was looking pretty darn fine, and it was obvious her husband wasn't giving her enough squeeze. Then again, I shouldn't go playing with fire too much, huh? So that's why I love Kevin. He's got all the fun and charm of Olivier, but he's generally responsible. This must lead to the first class rooms. No doubt I'd find some pretty interesting stuff in there, but I'd better not right now. He's also perfectly fine being the butt of the joke if it means getting things accomplished. Kevin's just a really fun guy. Someone you would want in your corner, even if he couldn't use his abilities. Ooh, can we get some Sepith up? Probably not. Attack foes at speed, then impales with speed. I wonder if this is what he was using on the door there. I think that one's new. I don't recall seeing it before. Feels like it, yeah. And yeah, we didn't get any Sepith. That's what the symbol on the left here is. Basically, as time progresses and we take our turns, you'll see that we, like casting a spell, if I want to cast this healing spell, I'll cast it right away, but if I want to cast that status restoring spell, it would take to there, right? And they'd each get to move. So it's definitely something you always want to consider. Go for a Titanic Roar. This might actually take out both of them. I should maybe actually heal myself after this fight. Nice.
Still a ways to go.
Yeah, give me more healing, please. Oh, a new sprite! I mean, he's the protagonist now. Makes sense he would get his, like a new sprite. I like it, I like it! Okay. Good old Kevin, high stats. Any equips? I mean, really lazy of you to not have at least some status protecting stuff. Let's see what your orbit's like. Alright, so he doesn't have anything upgraded, which makes sense, although always irritates me. Action 4, I don't have any chords to swap out. Yeah, okay, that's fine. EP 4, HP 4, Mind 4, Defense 4, Information. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. We want to get Eagle Eye on there as soon as possible. Cast 2 is nice. Oh, right, and then I wanted to have him heal himself. Oh no! A fence placed in front of the door. I better respect it. Oh, what's up, these guys? I remember them. Yeah, Steel Cougars. Ouroboros had them. Do you have any weaknesses? Armored combat monster, very nimble, cuts prey to pieces. Neat. Presumably I should get some Sepith from you? Alright, let's do some crafting here, seeing as they're both within range.
Let's end this.
Miss on the one, that's very unfortunate. Ow. Let's see how much damage he does with his regular attack. Oh, we've taken too many turns. They got to catch up a little bit there. We outspeed him that much, I guess. Go ahead and finish that one off. Oh, you do some pretty good damage. A crossbow against a armored cat creature. Why don't you enjoy an Earth Lance? Oh, so close. Ow.
Take this!
Don't forget, we are playing on hard.
Still a ways to go.
And the end of the tutorial area tends to be the hardest. Simply because... Oh, hi. You haven't been able to customize anything yet. What's going on here? We're not going to crash, are we? You wouldn't fall out of the air on me, would you, Lusitania? Poor guy missed his chance to run away. There's something familiar about him. But, well, I'd best... Wait. Oh my god, it's, there was an NPC and his buddy who would recur throughout last game. And you got an achievement for talking to him. That was the buddy. Bet. Oops, didn't mean to get turned around. Wait. Oh, yeah, okay. It's this way. Thank you for being in the middle, dumbass. Wait, what does this do? Oh, okay. Thank you for being in the middle, dumbass.
Let's end this.
Stop missing one, Kevin. You're a badass. Act like it. Okay, I might want to heal. Ow. Healing magic tends to get pretty good casting priority, as you can see. Ow. Please don't. Just lay down. Thank you. Might as well store that. That's an S break. You can activate it manually by going down to here and using it. Sorry, S craft, which his is basically super armor. Or if I were to hit the 1 on my keyboard during any turn, it would like push it to priority. So it's a good way to steal effects on the side there, or prevent enemies from getting them. Ow. Please stop. It's very rude and I don't like it. Thanks.
Still a ways to go.
Level up though? Oh no, I misread it. 1 for 2. It's got about 800 level or 800 XP away. Let's use items and save. You know what? Let's not actually, because I think there's probably gonna be. No, we know. I don't know if there's a boss fight here. I don't think there is. I might have a guide, but I really try and not to use it as much as possible. I'll take 1 tier bomb. Actually, they're tier bombs. They're pretty cheap. Just use all 3. Ahoy! We do have an EP charge, which is good. We might need it. Unfortunately, our man Kevin here has never heard of a EP cut. So, or managing his orbment stuff, because he's a big silly. Okay, yeah. We'll use a little bit of magic. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, cool. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Each game has a few more spells than the last one, too, so there's going to be new stuff in here, I'm hoping. Shoot. I'd like to be able to use that Titanic Roar. I guess go ahead and take an EP charge. That'll give you a cast or 2. Ow. You guys all look the same. You should feel ashamed. Have some individuality. Nerds. This costs 70. Jesus. Yeah, so I've got 2 castings of these. Hopefully takes out the gunners. Nice. And then we can take these 2 out with a, whatever that new crap that I've been using is called. Mortal Punishment.
Let's end this.
No missing. Atta Kevin.
Still a ways to go.
I wonder if we're gonna go past level 100 here. I don't actually know. I should be careful. Probably some fun lines if I went into the rooms. There you are! On the name of the Northern Jaegers, we won't let you go any further! So you really are an active Jaeger Corps, and a pretty famous one to boot. Still, I get stuff's rough going for your country and all, but I couldn't ask you to just I don't know. Step aside? How dare you! What do you know about the hardships endured by our people? We won't allow ourselves to be shamed with defeat here. Not as long as we suffer. Bah, shoulda known. Okay then I'll come at you with all I've got. Indeed, have a titanic roar. Ooh, and then I can actually finish off the rest with Immortal Punishment. Which means only one of the dogs got to get a hit off on me.
Let's end this.
Oh, couldn't kill the dogs with it, though. That's fine. They'll get another couple of hits. They are armored, after all. Ow. Thanks for wasting your turn. Appreciate it, homie. Let's maybe try that again, though.
Let's end this.
Bro. That is not okay. I might actually have to use his S-Break here if it gets another turn. No, okay. You need to stop missing with that, my guy. You're better than that.
All right. What's
Oh, we got some Sepith out of that. Ooh, level up? Yes. So, boom, healed. What is all this commotion? We believe there to be an intruder, sir. And a competent one at that. An intruder? Just what do you think I paid good Mira to hire you for? I don't care if he's alive or full of holes. Get rid of him! Oh, getting me dead or alive is too much to ask of these guys. Who the hell are you? Wait, a priest? No! Yeah, I figured with something like this in your possession, you'd at least have heard of us. How dare you! Give that back! That's mine! Uh-oh! Wrong answer. This belongs to the goddess, and it needs to be rightfully returned to her. It's not something mere mortals like you should be keeping for themselves. Kill him! Kill him and get me back my locket! Now! Herman Conrad, in accordance with the laws of the church, and in the name of Idios, I am placing you under arrest. You stand charged with the unauthorized possession of and illegal use of an artifact. Don't you think you could get away with this? You might be with the church, but I'm a Reinford director. If you lay a hand on me... Oh, don't you worry. We cleared this with the big guys already. I'm sure you've got a pretty good idea of just how recklessly you've been acting with this thing, right? You've been causing a whole lot of trouble for a whole lot of people, you know? Guys like you have a habit of making themselves no shortage of enemies, and you've done a stellar job of that. So just accept that your luck's run out and come quietly, okay? No! No! Ugh! You just couldn't make this easy for me, could ya? So much for this being a piece of cake. Catching guys like this alive is more like trying to sneak off with the whole damn thing. Stop right there! Oh shit, they look tough. Aww, you pulled out all the stops just for little old me. Now I get why you guys are so popular. That's some quick work getting all dolled up and ready to take me down. Silence! You might have had your way before, but that's not how it's gonna go this time. And just so you know, There's an entire company of us on this ship. Even if you have a hostage you can use against us, you've got nowhere to run. We're all lucky boys and girls today, huh? What? What are you talking about? If this idiot here had been branded a heretic, I would have had to hunt each and every one of you down to the last member. What's up with this guy? Well, don't let it get to ya. Keep up the good work for your homeland or whatever. Just don't go giving us any reason to slaughter you in the process. Whee! I knew he was gonna jump out the window. I had a feeling there'd be an airship waiting, but I also suspected he might just, like, have a landing plan. Impossible! Those Gralsritter are monstrous! Oh, that's who we saw earlier. I don't know if this is male or female. That was quite a splendid show. But our tale is only just beginning, Kevin Graham. I still don't know whether that's a guy or a girl. Fucking creepy ass mask, though. After all, I have only just awoken. Alright, well, I'm going with that for now. OP time? Yeah. It looked like maybe it was falling from the Liber arc when it was destroyed. Yep, that has to be our secondary. I know there's some returning people from the first two, but I don't know to what extent. There he is. The man, the myth, the Gralsritter. Which is, for anyone who doesn't know or who doesn't want to go watch the playthroughs of the first two games, Gralsritter are basically bounty hunter priest badasses. Like, they're really tough. Oh, there's the protagonist from the first two. A couple other characters. I am going to proceed with the assumption that everyone watching is at least familiar with the first two games. But if there's ever anything that I don't make clear in the video, please feel free to ask down in the comments below, and I will give as best of an explanation as I can without wall of texting you a bunch of lore. A lot of it, though, I imagine will be kind of touched upon. I mean, they kind of had, in case you hadn't played the first game, stuff in the second game, so I don't see why they wouldn't have it here. Pretty OP. Septium Church, Gralsritter operated Special Ops airship, Merkaba number 5. Congratulations on completing your operation, sir, Squire Caesar. My thoughts exactly. That seemed to be a rather easy one for you in the end, too. Compared to what they're usually like, it was. If I'd had a bit more time, I could have enjoyed some private time with a real gem of a woman, too. But I'll have to settle for crying myself to sleep tonight. Not this again. Unless you want another earful from the commander, you might want to start taking your work more seriously. I know. Lighten up a little, yeah? I swear I'll never get how you hard-headed types ended up assigned to a slacker like me. This may come as a shock, but you are a Dominion, you know. We can't very well have you acting alone without any form of backup. As long as you're here and this ship is under your command, then, slacker or not, we're here too. Even then, you've got a lot less squires in your service than you should have. Maybe you should take this chance to gather up a few more? I think I'm gonna have to pass. That'll just make it even harder for me to work on my own. I thought you'd say that. We'd prefer it if you would actually trust us to help you a little more, sir. I mean, all we could do in that salt pail operation was transport the thing. You say that as if transporting it isn't a huge responsibility in itself. After all, the last thing we wanted was him catching wind of it and becoming wary of us. Is something wrong? Oh, not a thing. Anyway, as per the original plan, we need to get ourselves back to Arteria ASAP. We should be able to reach there by noon tomorrow, or today now, I guess. Got it. Where's it from? Arteria, apparently. It's a call from Commander Selnate. Oh, you are kidding me! Getting a call from her right after a mission is always a bad, bad sign. Let's get this over with. Put her through. All right. Ooh, hello, cutie. Evening, Kevin. It sounds like you did well. Fill me in on the details. It basically went without issue. The artifact was the Fool's Locket. There were signs of society involvement, but it looks like they've cut any ties with him a long time ago. I see. As I thought, then. Good work all around. I'd say you deserve a well-earned rest. But unfortunately, I can't grant you one right now. And here we go. Is something the matter? Oh, I'm just dandy. Please continue. Well then, as much as I hate to spring this on you immediately after finishing one mission, I've got something I'd like you to do for me. Regarding a heretic, I assume? Not this time. All I want you to do is pick something up. The object in question is currently being held underneath Gralsritter Cathedral. Gralsritter? Do you think this object may be somehow related to the Aureole? It's a distinct possibility. The Aureole was the final dungeon of the first game. It is a whole place underneath Gralsritter, which is the capital of Capital of what? Liberal. Liberal is the name of this country that the Sky games are in. The Aureole was the first lock to the Liber Arc, which was the final dungeon of the second game. Can I count on you to handle this? All right. That said, we've already got one artifact on this ship that needs transporting back, so I'll let the crew here take that to Arteria. I'll handle going to Liberal on my own. And that's fine with me. Oh, incidentally, you won't actually be alone. I've dispatched a rookie squire to aid you. They'll be serving you from now on, so do play nice, won't you? Wait a minute! Wait just 1 minute! You can't just spring a rookie on me out of nowhere like this! Meetings ordained by the goddess always come suddenly and unannounced. Don't worry, though. They won't be a burden. The abilities they demonstrated during training were truly something special. Well, I will be praying for your success. Oh. Well, congratulations on the new recruit. We were only just saying you could do with more squires serving you. And I was so not down! I can't believe this. She never changes, I swear. Oh, if all the people reading that book had any idea what a hellion she is in real life. Oh, Carnelia? I've always wondered whether publishing it was really... Oh, wow, it's been a while since I've read Carnelia. Is she from it, though? It's a complete advertisement saying we exist to the world. If anything, I'd say a book that wild just serves to make people less likely to believe we really exist. And then the heroine died in it, which obviously is a big fat lie. If they'd actually met her, they'd know she's the kind of woman who could probably take a bullet to the head and ask for a cigarette first thing. So, here's a fun fact for you. All of the, book series that we've had to read throughout the first two games, I actually saved as a highlight on my Twitch channel. So if you head on over to my Twitch channel, you should actually see I think it's like a half-an-hour video of all Carnelia chapters, 1 through like 12 or whatever it is. Same thing with the one from the second game, and there was a play that I basically was the voice of every single character in, also from the second game. So check those out on the Twitch. I should maybe upload those to YouTube too. Maybe. We'll see. I think we should probably refrain from commenting here. Anyway, you guys heard her. I'm gonna leave taking care of everything else relating to our mission to you guys. Just follow the money trail. There might still be hidden accounts we don't know about. Understood, sir. What will you be doing from here? We'll need to return to Arteria, obviously, but we can drop you off somewhere. You can put me down in any old state we pass on the way there. Preferably near a town that has international flights going out of it, I guess. Got it. I'm getting bright. Oh, it looks like the sun started coming up. Pretty view? Bright-ass view, but yeah, pretty view. Prologue, the Gralsritter. So we are now in Chapter 1. Same day, afternoon. There will be like a title card for Chapter 1. In the skies of Midwestern Zemeria, roughly 50 selge from Liberal. Oh, Dorothy? Yeah, that's Dorothy. I don't think that's Niall. No Niall. Just Dorothy. Recurring character, the photographer. She's a ditz. In the best way possible. She's also like a savant with photography. Aw, they're gone out of sight now. I wonder if they're busy migrating. It looks like they can keep up with the ship, though. And guess not every bird, or they can't. Guess not every bird can be as fast as Seek. But they were just the cutest. Oh, Niall? Well, look who it is. Nope. Oh, it's Kevin. It's me. I know you. It really is you. Long time no see, Dorothy. I sure wasn't expecting to run into you here. Funny coincidence, huh? It really is. It's good to see you again, too. Father... You don't remember my name, do you? Don't be silly. Of course I do. It's... Oh, I remember. It's Onion Graham. But of course. How lucky I am to have been named after such a multi-purpose plant. That's not even a name, Dorothy. You really did forget, didn't you? And yet you somehow managed to remember my last name like it was nothing. I was just being silly. A couple of days ago, I had this amazing onion hot pot over in the eastern quarter in Calvard, so I've still got onions on the brain. I couldn't believe a hot pot with just onions in it could taste that good, but I swear it did. It was so comforting and sweet. So that's how I ended up saying onion instead of your name. Well, whatever. So if you insist you haven't forgotten, what is my name then? I do insist. I'd never forget. It's lovely to see you again, Jasmine Graham. But of course, how lucky I am to have been named after such a fragrant plant. That might be an actual name this time, but it's a woman's name. The writing in this games are just fun. These games. Oh, I see. So you're here to carry out a... What? Oh, follow-up. I had a speck on my screen so that the bottom part of the P was gone. Like, follow-on? What? A follow-up investigation on all that trouble that happened earlier in the year. That's about the gist, yeah. Come to think of it, how'd you end up on an international liner like this? You said you were in the Eastern Quarter, right? Were you there to write about it for the Liberal News?
Yup. Niall actually let me go on my own this time, too.
Wow, that was daring of him. She's really ditzy. I'm not sure I'd want to let you handle traveling abroad for a report alone. Then again, it's only by taking on positions of responsibility that people can properly grow.
Oh, I'm doing plenty of that. I mean, I wasn't sure what I'd do when I ended up in Calvard instead of Beau's Mark.
God damn it, Dorothy. That's a whole other country. That's like living... That's like living in Edmonton and trying to travel down to Calgary, and instead you end up in fucking Beijing. Like, went a little off rails there. Wait a second. Niall told you to go to Beau's? Not Cal... God damn it, Dorothy.
He sure did. But then I got on the airship, fell asleep, and before I knew it, I was chilling out in Calvard.
Oh, okay. Honestly, if it's just a case of falling asleep, I've been there. I've missed my stop thanks to sleeping. Not to another country, but I guess I've never been on a bus that could take me to another country.
Weird, huh?
It sounds like you got on the wrong airship to me. Yeah, that makes much more sense. Let my brain catch up. So you were in the Republic for literally days when you weren't even supposed to be there at all? Did you even have enough money to manage? Or, Idios, help us. A passport? Quick heads up, I know it's actually pronounced Adios, but I like to torment my friend Tawny by saying Idios every single time. And so I would really appreciate it if you all would just play along and just say Idios. Yeah, Idios, not Adios. God, I confuse myself with my own troll sometimes. Also, if a certain red-haired character shows up that's named after a gemstone, his name is Red-Haired Guy. He's only allowed to be referred to as Red-Haired Guy. That is official lore. Anyways.
Well, fortunately, there was someone from the Liberalian embassy at the airport who could issue me a temporary passport, so that was okay. And then tons of people were really nice to me and helped while I was there. So I had all the dough a girl could ask for.
I am so concerned. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. Niall must be worried sick about you, huh?
You think? He didn't sound so hot when I called yesterday to say I'd be coming back to the office today. I keep telling him that all that smoking is bad for him, but he never listens.
I don't think you can pin the crime on tobacco this time, Missy.
Thank you all for taking this journey aboard the Gretna today. We will be arriving at our terminal, Gralsritter City, in roughly 30 minutes. We ask that you take this chance to check that you have all of your belongings with you, and to return to your seats before we begin our landing. Until then, please enjoy the remainder of your flight.
Whew! Sounds like we're almost there. I'm gonna have a walk around the ship to kill some of the last half hour. How about you?
I'm not sure. I suppose I might as well go snap some more photos. It's not often I get to take an international liner like this.
Sounds like a plan. See you later, then.
Later.
Now, we actually do have to talk to everyone on board the ship to be able to progress, so we will do that. Woo, okay. Kind of laggy in here, man.
Did you hear the announcement, sir? If not, we will soon be arriving in Gralsritter City, so it might be wise to check you have all of your belongings on your person while you still have time to look for anything that is missing. We'll soon be arriving at Gralsritter Castle, the city, the terminus of this trip. God, should have read that when I was still on screen. Please ensure you have all belongings with you once we disembark.
My sister can be unbelievably stubborn sometimes. How am I supposed to enjoy sightseeing when she's being like this? Her stubbornness drives me nuts sometimes. She isn't even interested in listening to my opinion.
No, I'm not budging on this. We are going to Airbay Royal Villa after Gralsritter Castle, and that is final. I can't believe you're actually considering just going around fishing of all things. My brother is always so selfish. He only ever thinks about what he wants to do. He doesn't care what I want to do. Ugh,
He makes me so mad. I mean, why can't you split up? Also, there is a fishing spot at Aired by Royal Villa. I'm not really very good with heights. I mean, it's not phobia level or anything. I'm just really not very good with them. I want to look out. I kind of do, but I kind of don't, too. Whoa, that was one amazing business discussion. I never thought I'd see the day when Murano wouldn't have the upper hand in one, but it just happened. The world is full of surprises. Oh, I remember Simon. Yeah, we've encountered him a few times. Still, while she might not have had the upper hand, she did get what she wanted in the end. It's not like she really lost or anything.
That bargainer really knew how to put up a good fight for someone so young. Still, I've got an excellent information dealer working for me, too. So the next time we do business, it's going to be a 6-4 deal in my favor. No, scratch that. 7-3. Oh, same line? I wonder if I can convince him to work for me. Mommy, can I go have a look outside? Can I? But I'm bored. Come on, just for a bit, please. No, you can't. Please sit down like a good girl. We're almost there now anyway, so just be quiet. I swear, sometimes I think this child has ants in her pants or something. Can she not sit down quietly for 5 blissful minutes?
I used to be a sailor back in the day, but now I always use airships to get around. They're way faster than boats for one thing, and unlike orbital buses, you don't end up with a sore ass after a long journey either. Back in the day, I used to sail the rough waters of the Tideth Bay, but now, give me a comfy airship any day. The times are always a-changing, I guess. Okay, we'll go out on the deck first. Ah, Armand. Yeah, I recognize him. We're finally back home in La Belle. Which means it's time to start thinking of getting a house for ourselves. What kind of house would you like? These two were on honeymoon, like, throughout the entire first 2 games, I believe.
The two of us have spent the past half a year traveling all around the continent. I couldn't have wished for a better honeymoon. I'm so glad I chose him to spend my life with. I can't believe he's already thinking of finding a place for us to live. But that does sound like the perfect place to start a lovely, happy family.
I think we'd probably be best going for somewhere that feels warm and homey, even if it's not that big. Something like a house on a hill near a forest. What do you think? My wife went back to her family's home. I mean, I'm as aware as anyone that I've been so busy with work lately that I haven't been able to spend any time with her, but if I'd known it was going to come to this, I would have sat down and talked to her about it a long time ago. I wish I could be as carefree as he is.
Whee! Being out here feels amazing. We're gonna see Mommy. You wanna come?
I'm not sure you should be inviting complete strangers to family gatherings, kiddo. You go have fun with your mom, okay? I always appreciate when we actually get lines in response. Anyone else out here? Negative. Back to the leggy interior for some reason. Only on this floor, though. Oh, and this one. Holy crap, especially on this one.
I don't even want to be here right now. Why do I even have to go out of my way to see him anyway? It's not fair.
I could probably lower a few more graphical settings, but it's mostly fine, so I'm just going to let it be.
Ugh, my dad's so annoying. I'm 16, you know. I'm old enough to do whatever the hell I want without him butting into my business.
Oh my god, kids. Why do you want to know what I wanted to be as a child to begin with? That's not really something you normally tell complete strangers with cameras in their hands, you know?
I'm on to you, mister. You can't distract me. This is a serious news report here, so please answer my questions.
She sure is making good use of those reporters' privileges.
By the way, my dream was to become a phantom thief. Isn't that cool?
No prizes for guessing what kind of books you must have read as a kid. We fought a phantom thief in the second game, Blue Blanc. Who knew you'd be so persistent? How can I get out of this? I can't tell her a tough guy like me used to want to be a pastry chef.
Oh, there's nothing to be ashamed of with that.
We're approaching the Bagan Range. Be careful of potential air turbulence in this area. I know. Been doing this route for 3 years now. I know what I'm doing, man. Heading west-northwest. Yahoo! Woogie. Hyperleg! Oh my god. The more down in the airship we go, the worse the lag gets. Alright, the orbital pressures. Oh, it's Ymir. I recognize Ymir. A lot of people that they're bringing back. Looks perfectly normal. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna have to ask you not to come down here, sir. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you not to come down here, sir. It's for your own safety. You might end up tripping on something. With this lag, you're right. And back up. Up again. And wow, this floor is completely fine.
Yes! I'm finally almost in Liberl! Why did I come, you ask? Because it's the latest spot that ancient dragon was sighted. There's no information on where it went after it showed up here, so if I want to try and pursue it, this is the best place for me to come. As soon as we land, I need to go and talk to Lyndon to see if he knows anything.
Lyndon's someone we know.
It's been 3 long days of traveling, but I'm finally almost here. I can hardly wait to land.
I'm off to see my grandchild and grandchildren. We haven't seen one another in 3 years now. I've been really worried, what with all the trouble that's been happening in Liberl. I think a lot of people thought there wouldn't be much in the way of trouble after the non-aggression pact was signed, but so much for that. Apparently my grandchild wasn't hurt during the thing, but I'm still worried.
The cleaning staff for these airships really do a splendid job, don't they? They're a fine role model for the rest of the service industry. I'm going to have to make sure I don't undo their hard work.
Anyway, first thing is stopping by the central factory in Zeiss. There's no better place to learn about cutting-edge orbital tech than there. I'm really gonna have to make the most of it. Really. I might have failed that interview to join the Verne Company, but this is my chance to learn all about cutting-edge orbital tech, and I'm gonna master the heck out of it. I will, really. Don't be getting yourself too worked up now, man. You'll just end up screwing up even more, like usual. I get that you want to be an orbital engineer and all, but I think you could do with taking things a bit easier. Getting yourself stressed out and worked up will only help screw yourself up. And yeah.
This is a passenger announcement. We'll soon be arriving in Gralsritter City, the terminus of this liner. We suggest that all passengers return to their seats as soon as possible, as the airship may be unsteady during landing.
Lag here too. I might have to reduce some graphical settings before I start next episode. Some themes make their return. Like this theme is one I'm definitely familiar with.
Ah, it's so lovely to be back here again. The Republic was a wonderful place too, but you can't beat the air here in Liberl.
You wouldn't believe all that stuff happened half a year ago looking at Gralsritter now either. It's all completely back to normal. The people here sure are strong for what's usually such a peaceful country.
Well, it's a country ruled by a queen. Everyone knows women are tough in the face of adversity.
I'm not sure whether you're a perfect example of that or the opposite. You're right about the air here, though. It is nice. Nostalgic, almost. Makes me feel a little homesick.
Your home's in Arteria, right? The place with all the really big churches and stuff?
Nah, I'm not actually from Arteria. Not many people are. It's actually pretty darn small, like smaller than most states around the continent. It's where the high seat of the Septine Church is, so lots of pilgrims and clergymen gather there, but few are actually born there.
Oh, really? Huh. So where are you from, then?
Dorothy! There he is.
Oh, Niall! I'm home. Did you miss me?
Did I miss you? Of course I missed you! What an Ideos' name have you been doing? I sent you to Bose! How did you end up in Calvard? You were definitely on the westbound liner, I'm sure of it!
I really don't know. Oh wait, I might actually know.
Go on then, spit it out!
I bet I'm a sleepwalker. After I got on the right airship, I fell asleep and then sleepwalked onto the wrong one. To think that all of this could turn out to be some sort of elaborate murder plot. Wowee! All of a sudden I feel like I've walked right into a mystery novel.
Sleepwalkers don't change airships, you idiot! I'm all out of breath now.
Are you alright? I really do think you should cut down on your smoking. You're not as young as you used to be, you know. Oh right, your 30th birthday.
I'm 30. I'm not old. You're old. Shut up.
Happy birthday! I bought a cake over in Calvard and had a big celebration for it too.
How is it that you can remember useless crap like that? Not the things that actually matter? I bet you were just looking for an excuse to eat cake all by yourself, weren't you?
You should have seen it, Niall. It was made with Eastern matcha, so it was unlike any cake I'd ever seen.
Oh yeah, Calvard in this world, I'm told, is very similar to, like, just generalized Asia. We did have Zin and a few other Calvardians last game who definitely fit that stereotype.
The perfect blend of sweetness and bitterness was just sublime. I took lots and lots of cute pictures of it, so I'll show you them all later.
You brought me pictures of a cake? At least bring back a souvenir! Man, they always felt like they could go into business as a comedy duo and actually make money off it, but they're even more of a crack-up now. Wait a second. Nice to see you again, Niall. You're looking same old, though maybe you're not so happy about that. What are you doing here? Please, please tell me she didn't end up going to Arteria and causing trouble there, too. Your wish is my command. We just ran into one another on that airship by total coincidence. That's all. Oh, good. You had me worried for a minute. I was scared stiff she'd gone and smashed some super expensive stained glass windows in the cathedral there, or who knows what. I'm so sorry for what you have to put up with.
Pshaw, you're too much of a worrywart.
Whose fault do you think that is? Still, it's good to see you again, Father. What brings you to Liberal? Something else happening here? Oh, just a bit of work-related business I've got to take care of. It's not part of a major investigation, so don't go getting your hopes up. Nothing of interest gonna happen. I'll be the judge of that. Anyway, so where are you staying for the time being? Grensel Cathedral? I'll have to stop by and say hi sometime when I get the chance. Go for it! In the meantime, I'm dragging your butt right back to the office, Dorothy. You're gonna tell us all about what the hell you've been doing these past 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Oh my god.
You betcha! I snapped photos of every meal I had while I was over in Calvard, so I'm sure if we develop them, I'll be able to remember everything.
I'm not talking about your gourmet report. Bye! Whew. Seeing these two together really makes it sink in that I'm back here. Thinking about it, I wonder how all the others here are doing. I know Estelle and Joshua are abroad at the moment, but I've got no idea what the others are up to. Who the hell is this? Is that you, Father Graham? Oh, it's Sid. Lieutenant Colonel Sid! What a bamf. It's good to see you again. I'm pleased to see you've been keeping well since we last met at that banquet. The same to you, sir. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting you to be the army representative who came to meet me, though. I figured it'd be Julia. It may have been, but she's currently out on another mission, so unfortunately, you'll have to make do with me. I didn't have anything better to do, so I came in her place.
There's no need to be so modest. A little bird told me that you're going to be promoted to full-on colonel soon, aren't you?
I shouldn't be surprised that your people have such a good information network, but I still am. Still, I'm afraid I still feel the position is too much responsibility for me as I am. Brigadier General Bright still has plenty of work left in him, too. That's the dad of Estelle and Joshua, protagonists of the first 2 games. I wouldn't want to take any of it from him.
Poor Cassius is still getting work to the bone, huh? Anyway, getting down to business. It's in Gralsritter Cathedral, right?
That's correct. It's being kept underneath it, to be more specific, although I imagine you're already aware of that much. I hear laymen like myself can't even enter it without the knight's permission.
Pretty much. It's, a special place, you see. I'll fill you in on the details when we get there.
Alright then. Well, we may as well head over there right away. There's someone I want you to meet in the cathedral.
Huh? Who?
Let's just say, someone who's been assisting with this case. They'll be apprising you of some of the details on what you're dealing with here.
Yeah, some of the cutscenes in this game can get pretty long. Once we have control again, that's where we'll end the episode. But I imagine we've got like another 10-ish minutes. Definitely gonna have to lower some graphics some more, which is unfortunate. I think it's just a matter of using low-res models instead of high-res. Maybe cutting out a few effects. Ooh, there's someone we can talk to there. I saw the speech bubble. I definitely recognize this map.
Ah, there you are.
Who dat? I do not recognize. It's good to see you again, Archbishop. You look very well. Huh? And you must be... Woman in white. I wasn't expecting you to be quite this young. How old are you? 22, but... That's a lot younger than I expected. Are the Gralsritter really so short-staffed that they're handing out their most important posts to kids? You can't blame me for assuming the 5th Dominion would look like more of a veteran, can you? Your surprise is written all over your face. Someone in your position should have a much better poker face than that. Maybe you need to redo your training from scratch. Or are you just acting, I wonder? How do you...
Professor Russell, please. He isn't here for you to try and pick a fight with him. Please try and be a little less deliberately provocative.
Russell? That name sounds familiar. What? Hell no! He's here to steal the thing we went through so much effort to bring up, and you want me to play nice? And kindly don't call me that ever again. I don't want to be addressed in the... Is this Tita grown up? It's only been 6 months! What the hell? That can't be Tita.
Of course, ma'am.
Wait, Russell? Then are you... I suppose I should introduce myself. I'm Erica Russell. I'm sure it's not a name you're going to be forgetting anytime soon. What? Is that Tita's mom? Yeah, because her parents weren't dead, they were just away. I bet. Yeah! Okay, shit! We've never met Tita's parents! That's hype! Also, this is a really cool shot, I'm not even gonna lie. Still, I sure didn't expect to run into little Tita's mother here. I'd heard you and your husband were both living abroad. What brought you back? What do you think? After all that went down here, there was no way I was staying out of the country any longer than I had to.
Though with how remote the region we were in is, it was all over by the time word reached us. Had we found out sooner, I sure wouldn't have let that maniac pull half the crap he did. Doesn't sound like you're too happy with the professor nowadays, huh? Talk about an understatement! That whack job actually took my little girl to the floating city with him. I get that he's soft towards her, but that's no excuse for exposing her to danger. That's fair! And as if that isn't bad enough, he let that red-headed scumbag get near her too. I'm sorry, do you have a problem with red-haired guy? Because I will kick your ass. Well, no, I wouldn't. He wouldn't be very happy with that. But he is an excellent older brother. That utter cretin isn't fit to be within 50 yards of my darling Tita, never mind actually getting friendly with her. So, you don't like red-haired guy, huh? Don't you speak that filthy name in front of me ever again. Ooh, when I'm finished with him, he'll wish he'd never... I don't like you. I do not like you, Erica Russell. That cretin is the only reason your daughter didn't succumb to having everything fall apart. Oh, I don't like you. He might have survived that last onslaught, but we'll see how he fares against an even more powerful unit, won't we? I get the feeling this is a matter we're better off not prying into. I thought the same, so I don't know any more about it than you do. Incidentally, the Professor Russell you're more familiar with is currently vacationing abroad. As such, she has been assisting us with this case in his place. Oh, I see. Are you two listening to me? Of course. Sorry. Well, whatever. This staircase sure is long, though. How much further do we have to go? Not much, as far as I know. Yep, there we go. Yeah, because the dialogue was finished. Yeah, I don't think they ever had a shot like that in the first two games. It's a cool one. A dead end? I hope you've got a good explanation for this. Shut up, bitch. I do. This isn't a dead end, but to go any further, I'm going to need you to undertake a ritual of sorts for me. Oh, this certainly took a turn for the strange. Is this an example of the church's famous thaumaturgy? Something like that, yes. Specifically, I would like you to undertake a form of suggestion. I'm not sure I follow. You want us to promise not to tell anyone what we see here, right? That's a little extreme, so no. The Colonel is obviously going to need to report what happened here to his superiors, for one thing. All I want you to promise is that you won't tell anyone who you aren't certain you can trust. I don't need you to say it. I just need you to think and believe it. Weird, but all right. If that's all you want us to do, so be it. I feel the same way. Should we deliberately repeat it in our minds, then? You don't even need to do that. It should just come completely natural to you. All right, here goes. In the name of she who dwells above, do I hold this consecrated septium. Space's golden glow, consciousness's silver glow. By your opposing natures, reveal to them the path that leads to your sacrament. Whoa. How did that door appear? Thank you both for your assistance. I can see that you were true to your word. Ah, I see. So if we just said it, but we didn't really mean it, we wouldn't be able to see anything, right? And yet I can hardly believe what happened. I imagine it would be uncouth of me to ask how all of this works. Yeah, I'd really rather you didn't. Anyway, come on in. Nice. Primal ground. That's an interesting choice of words. Wow. Unbelievable. All these years, I had no idea that such a place lay hidden beneath Gralsritter Cathedral. Well, it's not exactly something we publicize. It was built in accordance with the agreements between the church and the royal family. It has but one purpose: to suppress the power of ancient artifacts and keep their influence in check.
I see.
Its importance to you Gralsritter is quite clear, then. I'd assume there are similar ones in places other than Liberl, too. Well, I won't deny it. Anyway, we call this place a primal ground.
Now there's a deep name if I ever heard one. Is the original ground the others are based on an interior? I'll take that as a yes.
Oh, I'm not confirming anything. I was just thinking about how much you take after the other Professor Russells is all.
Ugh, I'll thank you not to associate me with him. He might trump me a little in the theoretical side of things, but when it comes to the practical side of orbital science, I could beat him in my sleep. And I was the one who designed the fundamental systems of the Capelle and the Arcele, you know.
Really? Nice. But I think we're getting off topic here. This is the object in question, right? That's correct. It was pulled up 3 days ago from the area where the Liber Arc sank, and we believe it to be an artifact.
Wait, how was it placed here then if they couldn't get in? Maybe the Archbishop? Yeah, maybe the Archbishop.
3 days prior, roughly at the center of Valyria Lake. There's an underground facility there that we raided. Where the Liber Arc sank. Oh, and there's that, yes. That's kind of big. Oh, Gustav. Damn, sun going down already, huh? If this spot turns out to be a bust, we're probably gonna have to call it quits for today.
We can only hope. Professor Russell is certain that this is the area where we should be looking.
Oh, that was as a question, might be. Yep, and if she says it's here, it's here. Unfortunately, as you know, Valyria Lake's about as deep as a lake can get. Depending on how small the thing we're looking for is, actually finding it could still be a real task and a half.
Is it likely to be small, though?
Oh, I accidentally skipped along. There's something about the orbital readings.
Oh, I wouldn't judge its size based off of those.
I bet that's, I'm trying to remember the cat's name. It's a recurring cat. I bet it's the same one, though. Ah, Professor. Hey there, kiddo. Finished getting us a new estimated location?
Just about. It'd be real swell if you knocked it off with the kiddo, though. I'm not sure it's the most appropriate way to address a married woman, much less one who's already popped out a child.
What a way to phrase that. Huh. Sorry, but old habits die hard, you know. Hard to make the switch when I've been calling you that since you were about knee-high.
Well, I'll let you off this time. Back to work. Can you ask your subordinates to stand down for the time being, Colonel?
Is this the spot, then? Were you able to calculate exactly where the object is?
Give or take an arch, yes. Judging by the readings, what we're trying to pull up isn't all that big, either. Probably about 50 rage. Maybe even less.
You serious? Thought we'd be dealing with a real monster, not something the size. Antoine, yep.
Meow.
Still, if it does turn out to be an artifact, this could get problematic.
Unfortunately, the church isn't going to want to let us keep it, that's for sure. Ugh, I really cannot stand them. No matter how hard you work to get your hands on something, the second it turns out to be an artifact, they swoop in like it's their goddess-given right to have it. It ticks me off.
Easy there. We don't know for sure that this is even an artifact yet. Regardless, I'll pass on the message to my subordinates right away. I'll leave the rest here to you, Gustav. You got it. Let's see what we're dealing with, yeah?
Okay, that's the spot. Go on ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Beginning the salvage operation.
That sound just fills me with dread.
Does the salvage crane sound like it's in poor condition to you?
Oh, that's not really what I meant. I just can't bring myself to like artifacts, you see. We can't explain how they have the power they do, but they have it, and it's not something we can ignore either. As a researcher, I can barely imagine anything more frustrating. Even when we can't help but be captivated by them, we're well aware that any attempt to solve their mysteries is pointless.
I see. When you put it that way, I can understand to a degree how you must feel. Half a year has passed since all the chaos came to an end, and on the surface, we're back to normal. But even now, we still don't know what truly happened, or what it signified.
Yeah. Not that I was here to see it all happen, of course.
The crane's arm reached the bottom of the lake. I'm gonna attempt to grip the object. Swing and a miss. Moving 30 rage to the right.
I don't believe it's a hard G for Arge or Selge or Rage, but I'm pretty sure it's Arge and Selge, and then it would be Rage. There we go.
Yep, we've got it. Want me to pull it up?
Please do. The moment of truth, huh?
Here we go.
What?
Oh my.
I see. Still looking at it. Correct. There were orbital readings coming from the artifact when we found it, but not anymore. And I'm sure I don't need to spell out the significance of that, do I?
Nope, it's as plain as day why you decided to stay and wait for me now. If an artifact has lost its power, it's exempt from the traditional agreements governing them and doesn't need to be given to the church. That it?
You already understand me so well. We can cut right to the chase then.
The orbital readings disappeared just before we handed the artifact over to the cathedral, as it so happens. It's currently being looked after here, but the formal procedures to transfer ownership have yet to be completed, making its legal owner unclear. So in your expert opinion, what should be done here?
This is a tricky one. I'm assuming Liberl wants to assert ownership of it in this scenario, right?
If anything, it's the professor here who wants to do that. I'm merely here accompanying her as a representative of the Royal Army.
The only reason it's not lying at the bottom of Valyria Lake right now is because of ZCF's salvage efforts. I'd say we have every right to keep it, personally.
From what I heard, it's completely impossible to analyze an artifact that's no longer active. I don't see how it would be any use to your research as things stand now. But you're sure you want it that badly?
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about an object found at the site of where a massive flying city used to be. I might not have seen it happen, but it sounds like everything we thought we knew about the world was more or less proven wrong. You know, by the truth that you people in the church have kept hidden for the past, I don't know, 1,000 years? As for that Ouroboros group, they don't make much more sense than you guys. The more I hear about their advances in technology, the less I can work out how it's even possible. I don't know what the truth is or what's really happening here in this land. But I can't stand by and feign disinterest in knowing the answers anymore, and I'm far from alone.
So long as there's the slightest chance that artifact could shed light on all of what I want to know, I want it. I think you've made your point, Professor. It's not as though interrogating him will achieve anything.
True enough. Well, you've heard what I've got to say. It's now up to you to tell us what you're going to do. Will you hand over that lump of metal, or won't you?
Well... And there's that quote from the beginning. I have a feeling this is going to be our nun party member, so I got to make sure I give her a good voice.
That brief hesitation was all it took to spawn a great evil.
Who is she? No way!
It crawled through the fields, ran through the hills, and spread disaster in the skies above. An excerpt from the Book of Ezra, verse 2, Disaster Unleashed. I apologize for the delay in coming, Father Graham. My name is Rhea Sargent, and I am a squire of the Gralsritter. I look forward to working under you.
I didn't think we'd end up having more company. Wait a second.
Is something the matter?
So that's how they think they can get me, is it? But they can't just bribe me so easily. I'm better than that. Maybe I underestimated the Gralsritter. They think they can break my will to fight by sending a girl like you my way, do they? But I'm not going to go down so easily, because I've got a secret weapon of my own. I have no idea what she's on about. Behold, the most powerful force in the universe! Isn't that... Oh, that's Tita, isn't it?
How cute.
Isn't she? Isn't she? I bet you just want to jump into this photo and squeeze her like a stuffed toy right now, don't you? I should have known a cutie patootie like you would be able to appreciate the... What is wrong with this woman? Same qualities in others. Anyway, that's why no matter how frickin' adorable you may happen to be, you can't take me down because I've got a natural immunity.
I beg your pardon, but I'm afraid I'm not really following. You keep saying that someone is cute, but are you referring to me?
Who else would I be talking about? You've got such an aura of maturity about you, and yet your features still have that irresistible trace of innocence to them. And then they just throw you into a sister's habit to compliment it all like a little cherry on top. That's the most flattering habit I've ever seen. Ugh, if I didn't have my protective field, I'd be in real danger here. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just saying.
Might I inquire as to the identities of the people with you, Father Graham?
Sure! The lady's Professor Erica Russell of ZCF, while the gentleman is Lieutenant Colonel Sid of the Royal Army. Seriously though, Father Graham, really?
Ah, so you're the people who initially discovered the artifact then. Thank you for your cooperation in our work. We will take over looking after it from here on out. That will be all.
Wait a... What? Hold on a minute! We hadn't finished deciding what to do with it yet.
Perhaps not, but my intention was to save you the time and effort required to do so by making the correct judgment myself. Whether it has lost its power or not, that is no ordinary artifact. It is potentially related to one of the Septarions. I'm surprised that you even humored the option of letting an outsider take custody of it.
I mean...
Well, you sure know how to pick a fight.
Go on then. What legal basis do you have for taking it from us? The agreements with the church quite clearly say that artifacts that have lost their power are exempt from the usual rules.
I have no legal basis, but you have no more of one for keeping it. If we are following the agreements to the letter, no one is allowed to assert ownership of inactive artifacts. It belongs to neither you nor me. It is simply an abandoned object with no owner whatsoever.
What? So all you've got is a, I don't need a reason, it's mine and that's final?
To put it bluntly, yes. Well, if that's how you want to play it. What's your take on this, Father Graham? Well, by all means.
Me? I thought I'd been kicked out of this conversation. But, well, I can't say I don't want to take it back to Arteria with us. But after all the help Liberal's given us, I'd feel kind of bad just snatching it from them without even giving them a valid reason.
Both arguments have a degree of merit, but neither is clearly more correct. I'm not certain how you'll solve this one.
You, do know that you're smack dab in the middle of this too, right?
Whoa! My. What is it? Why do you both look so surprised?
What do you mean, why?
Did the two of you not hear that? Hear what? Wait a... Oh.
Well, I'd say that answers the question of whether or not the artifact is, active or not.
Oh, and it's opening like a string of shells.
What's that box from the opening?
Wow. Oh, no way! The thing wasn't giving off any orbital readings at all anymore. Zero zip! Why is it suddenly active again? I believe that settles our dispute.
It sure does! So the real artifact was inside, huh? I've never seen one quite like it. It looks like a box of some kind. Or a cube, maybe.
Sure you just want to touch it like that? Oh.
I'd like to thank you two for your cooperation in the recovery of this artifact. In accordance with the pacts of the church, I, Kevin Graham, will be assuming custody of it from here on out. You and all who aided you have the Septian Church's deepest appreciation. Take that, you cranky broad.
God, can I, like, save, please?
Ooh, I thought we were never gonna escape. Erica sure doesn't know when to quit.
That's a kind way of putting it.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing right at the end, though. Just as I thought she'd maxed out her crazy talk to spew, she goes and shouts, well, if you're gonna be taking that, then I'll be taking her. Huh, I thought Annalise was a one-of-a-kind cuteness freak, but she might actually have some stiff competition.
Annalise?
Oh, sorry. She's a girl I met while I was here last time. She's a bracer. About your age, I think?
Oh.
Rias?
Yes?
You're not mad at me, are you? For not keeping in touch with you? Oh, they know each other?
Father Graham.
Yes?
5 years is a long time. Just as you have changed and progressed in rank significantly during those years, so have I. The Rhea Sergeant standing before you is the squire of the Gralsritter, not the girl you once knew. I am here to serve and to protect you, nothing more.
Come on, Rias.
You need not concern yourself with how I feel. If you don't treat me as a subordinate, then there is little reason for me to be here serving you. And with that talk out of the way, we need to board the last international liner out of Gransel, don't we? We should start making our way to the landing port.
I feel like a mostly flat voice works for her. Wait a second.
And the stomach growl.
Was that your...
It was a figment of your imagination.
Huh?
You seem to be tired, Father Graham. I see no other explanation as to why you're hearing sounds that clearly don't exist in reality. I think you ought to try and have some rest when we reach the As I was saying, I think you ought to try and have some rest.
Don't even try and tell me that one was my imagination. Man, for a second I thought you changed, but you haven't. Not one bit. You're still the same perpetually hungry Rias I remember.
This is just a simple physiological phenomenon. My lack of control is proof that I still have plenty of training ahead of me. I can only apologize for my own inability.
Since when did not being able to turn off your stomach being something you have to apologize for? Besides, I wouldn't have you any other way. You're forever gonna be the girl who was always getting caught sneaking into the kitchen and trying to stuff her face to me.
I'll be going on ahead.
Hey, wait a second!
You're in my way. Please move.
I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to push my luck. I just got carried away thinking of old times, that's all.
You have no reason to apologize, nor do I see any point in you doing so, because there are few things in this world that carry less weight than one of your apologies.
Oh, I am excited to hear the history between these two. Damn! Finally biting back, huh? Well, I've only got a 50-50 chance of you listening to me. Can you knock it off with the Father Graham? Or even Father, for that matter?
For what reason?
I don't know if you're doing it because you feel like you have to, or because you want to act all distant, but there's no way I can get used to it. Like, ever. It weirds me out. So, please, call me Kevin. Same as you always did.
What if I refuse?
And then I'll beg you until you change your mind. I'll get down on my knees if I have to.
You certainly would.
Well, you know what they say. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I know it's been a while since, but I'm way too set in my ways now.
The one left me.
Sorry? Didn't quite catch that.
It was nothing. Still, I can't very well refuse an order from my superior, so...
Oh, no! You're not playing that game. It's not an order. It's a favor. Very important distinction.
You're so selfish, Kevin.
There we go! That's what I wanted!
But just so we're clear, even if I've changed how I address you, the fact that I'm your subordinate hasn't changed in the slightest. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I know. We can talk like we used to, but there's no way to turn back the clock to the way things used to be. Oh, and one more thing. We've still got some time until that last airship leaves, so how about we head over to the department store in the East Block? We can grab you something you can eat.
I like the sound of that. I propose buying all the bread they have left.
I didn't know you were that hungry. Cute, can I save, please? Oh my god.
Never change, Kiseki, never change.
I thought you were joking when you said you were going to buy everything they had left. The girl behind the counter looked like she thought you were a freak of nature.
This is just another example of Aidios's divine providence. It's better that they're bought by someone who intends to consume them, than to have the poor things be thrown away.
Yeah, you're a real bleeding heart. But that much? I hope you're not spending your entire salary on food.
I'll have you know that you have nothing to worry about. And there are few people in this world who know how to make better use of sales and special offers than I.
Ooh, girl after my own heart. There are few things I can resist worse than cheap chocolate. What's that? 10 cents for the most disgusting chocolate you have? Yeah, okay. It's 10 cents! How can I resist? Well, whatever makes you happy. It's not my business how you blow your mirror at the end of the day. Still, well, I'll give you that my getup is right up the top of the suspicious charts. I'm pretty sure anyone would be confused if a woman in a sister's habit came wandering into their shop after dark to buy out the leftovers.
Oh, stop your grumbling. And it's almost time for us to leave. We should make our way to the landing port. I'm not sure how much longer my stomach can wait.
Yes, ma'am!
Is something...
Took her a second longer. Yeah, someone slipped behind that building. We're being watched. Sorry, that stomach of yours is gonna have to wait a little longer.
Unforgivable. I don't know who this fiend is, but as long as I don't kill them, I can go as far as I like, right?
I sympathize, but you, might want to calm down a little. Still, whoever they are, they're not very good at tailing people.
Quite. I doubt they have much experience. They do seem to have undergone some degree of training, however. Yeah. Oh well, sad to say, but we're gonna have to skip today's last airship out of here. Do you know of a good place to strike?
Oh, I do. I know the perfect place. Well, I imagine episodes for this series are going to be on the longer side, but hopefully none quite as long as the first episode, just because there's so much prologue we have to get through and set up and stuff. I don't recognize it. Oh, Gilbert! Fucking Gilbert! This man. He's a recurring enemy. He's very incompetent. Ugh, where did they go? Oh, I saw them enter this area, I'm sure of it. I have no idea what voice they gave him before, but we're gonna go with this. It was you, huh? What? Oh! How did you discover me? My stealth abilities are the height of perfection. You're just like I remember you. Still way too sure of yourself.
Who might he be?
Well, he's technically part of Ouroboros. He's about as low-ranking a member as you can get, though.
Ah, I see. He does look the part.
How dare you! I'll have you know I'm very much on the up. And as for you, what do you mean he does look the part?
You couldn't look more like a nobody if you tried.
Oh, I like her. She's got venom.
You're the kind of person who constantly throws himself into things too big to handle and ends up sabotaging himself without anyone lifting a finger.
Correct.
And you refuse to learn from any of your failures, too.
Correct. What? You haven't lost your touch. I'm impressed about how accurately you're able to judge his character after talking to him for, like, a second.
I didn't even need to talk to him. He oozes irrelevance from his every pore.
You!
Cocky, aren't you?
Well, let's see how long that cockiness lasts. Bah. Ooh, she's got a giant sword. It's cool. That is a sick blade, my girl. Okay. You're nice. A Templar sword. So that's what you picked, huh?
And just like you chose a bowgun as your weapon of choice, I chose a Templar sword for mine. That's all there is to it.
Gotcha. Impossible! What did you just do? I don't even know how I got hit. It's a weapon used by the Gralsritter, called a Templar sword. The blade's made... I had a feeling by looking at it, it's like the sword of the creator from Three Houses. That's awesome. The blade's made up of multiple pieces held together by wires that let the user extend it at will. Anyway, it's time those lips started flapping. What's a wanted criminal like you doing here in Gransel? How much of our business do you know? Why should I have to answer your...
You don't know when to give up. Start talking.
Now. FYI, she's not in a good mood. And, you don't want to make her any madder. Looks like I've got only one option. I'm so sorry, forgive me! Another standard Gilbert move. I'm only here because I crash landed. I didn't even want to come here. And after I did, I happened to see you too, so I decided to follow you, I swear.
Maybe I misjudged him. There might be more to him than meets the eye, in a sense.
Now that's a nice way of putting it. So go on, keep talking. You said you crash landed here? That means there's an Ouroboros airship somewhere near here that you came on, right?
No, there isn't. I did crash land, but it wasn't on board an airship.
It was on board this! What the? He has an archaism? Not so irrelevant now, am I? Show them what you can do, G.A. Pachi! Mow them down! Oh, boss fight. Okay. Alright, well, let's take a look. Okay, nothing really to worry too much about this battle, but Gilbert does have some debuffs that are potentially really bad. This member of Ouroboros with the most growth potential, he says. Uses varied attacks. A new kind of archaism made by the 13 factories has many different armaments. Okay, so we want to take out Gilbert first.
Charge complete! Get up!
Yeah, that. It freezes.
What the?
Okay, yeah, we want to get out of the way. Now, because we are playing on hard, this might take us a few tries.
Take that!
Let's see how it goes. Oh, thanks for getting me out of the path, but I also kind of need to help my friend, maybe?
I'll save you. Ta!
Now, this is probably going to hurt. Yep. Sad that it doesn't hit Gilbert. Alright, finally get to see what you can do. So you're equipped with healing, some air. Oh, you're pretty varied. You've got a bit of everything. Okay. That makes sense. You've only got chain 1? Damn. Arc Fencer raises Templar's sword and extends it to attack. It's an impede, eh? I'm not sure what the set means. And heals 50% HP, restores 50 CP, and cures KO. Oh, that's huge. Just the curing KO part. Go ahead and do a flare arrow on Gilbert. And hit him with a Shadow Spear. That might be enough for a kill, but we'll have to see. Oh no, because hers is slower. Ow. Oh yeah, waste your turn. I'm down with that. Should be able to finish him with melee, so we'll let her do that. We'll get started on this fella. Ria's not good enough.
Eat this!
Let him get a grenade off.
What the heck?
Oh, Gilbert. Never change. Fine, I'll finish him. Oh, here, you know what? We'll do a Titanic Roar.
Take that!
Ow. I think my Gilbert voice was pretty decently accurate. Oh, her defense is down, and that's enough for a KO. Very unfortunate.
Have mercy.
Do you have any revivals? I don't, because I haven't been able to go to his shop yet. Oh, but he has the last. That works. And here, we'll also actually use our Gralsritter here. Shame I couldn't get up to 200, but is what it is. I would like for you not to die immediately,
I hold
please.
in my hand the chalice of heaven. May its holiest of lights act as our shield.
See, Kevin has a bit of a list, but that's about it. I really just kind of went all out with a you know, going like that. But I feel like it totally fits Kevin. I'm pretty happy with that voice, and I'm happy to stick with it. All right. Keep attacking. Oh, too bad he doesn't have any CP for a craft.
Take that!
That's fine. We'll take the strength up for just a regular attack. Excuse me? Strength up and defense up. I am not a fan of that. That's fine. No, that means magic, 998. Screw off. Magic should still be okay. Yeah, just in case. Of course, it does mean he's basically out of EP now, though. You have anything stronger for attack? No, you're mostly buffing. Yeah. Oh, Blue Impact is stronger than Flare Arrow. Well, there's our guard down. Oof. Oh, he's got Arts defense. I thought it was regular defense, so hit him with normal attacks then.
Take that!
Yeah. Oop. Arc Fencer. No, let's try and get a Holy Blessing up. Yeah, it's a cool sword. I dig it. Sure.
Take that! Ha! Ha! Eat hot arrows!
Nice. Oh, everybody move. Everybody move. One thing I don't like is, you can move and take an action in the same turn, but only if you do the action as part of the move. Otherwise, you just waste a turn moving. There's a lot of quality of life stuff that I'm looking forward to seeing in later games that I hope has been changed.
Take that!
Breaker Beam! Fire! Oh, it's out of critical mode. That's
Take
huge.
that!
No, no heal. Ow.
Goddess bless you.
Did I get a VP too? No. Just revives, heals, and gives CP.
Let's end this!
Not much more damage than his crossgear one, but it does give him area, which is huge. You can get area, take area. Oh, right. His art strength is up. He's almost dead, though. Next hit should do it. Ow. Rude. Oh yeah, that's why they're okay with wasting a turn on moving, because if they move through you, you take heavy damage.
Alright, what's next?
She's level 90 as well. Wow. And only chain 1, eh? No! Curse you! Do you have any idea how much I had to go through to earn that? You really are full of surprises, aren't you? I'm impressed, Rias. You sure know how to get the best out of that thing. Not at all. I've still got a lot to learn. Especially if I want to be half as good as my sister. Still, I'm no different. Kevin, Anyway. I'd wager you're out of tricks now, so... You're ready to give up and come quietly? If you don't try and cause any more trouble, I'll hand you over to the soldiers here and leave it at that. You're planning to hand me over to the Royal Army? That's your best option. If you really want us to take you back to Arteria instead, that's cool by me. But if you want to go with that one, I can't promise your safety. I'll leave that one to you. Eek. Ugh. Again? What was that? Just taking it out right in front of him. This thing again? It starts glowing so randomly. Maybe it's reacting to something. What is that thing? What are you planning on doing? Nothing to you, don't worry. Shut up for a sec. What is up with this thing? So the time to begin is finally upon us. Oh, hello. Huh? What?
Oh, when did you? It's a pleasure to see you again, Father.
Is that Louvet? Did someone take his corpse and turn him into a fucking cyborg?
Kevin Graham, traverser of the pathless darkness, repenting of his transgressions with the sin of a stigma forever on his back.
Who the hell are you?
Kevin! Thus my lord was revived, and some of the gates of Gehenna.
Come forth, offerings, come forth, little lambs, burn to ashes in the ever-blazing flames.
Okay. It kind of skipped through it fast there, but that's fine. Is that it? Chapter 1, can we save?
What happened? Why did I... Where am I? Hey, Rias! Rias, are you okay? What's going on?
Kevin, where are we?
Whew, I'm glad you're okay. How are you feeling? Any pain?
I feel sick.
You do?
My stomach's going to implode if it doesn't get any food soon. I'm starting on all that food we bought.
Ugh. Sure, I'd normally be just as down for food as you are, but come on! Is that really what you should be thinking about right now?
There's nothing in this world more important or fundamental than eating. But if we must change the subject, I remember a strange man appearing, and that cube glowing white all of a sudden. Then...
Yeah, I don't remember any more than that either. But take a look around us. Books!
I mean, books. Interesting. We should take a look at them. Stone bookcases? Are we in some kind of ruin? No, wait. What? Oh my. I really like this theme.
The Hermit's Garden. Yeah. So much for this being an easy assignment.
Chapter 1.
Yes! End of prologue. So the bit before the spot where it said prologue was the prologue to the prologue. Then we had the actual prologue. But unfortunately, we couldn't save throughout any of the prologue. Yes, please save. Oh my freaking god. Literally, look! Prologue, prologue! Love it. Cool. Well, my friends, this is where we are going to leave things off for today. I do apologize for the first episode being much longer than I'm hoping future ones to be, but it's a good introduction to everything that's going to be happening. So thank you again to everyone for joining me. I hope you had fun. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time for some more Trails in the Sky, the third. Bye-bye. Oh, I remember! It's Onion Graham! But of course! How lucky I am to have been named after such a multi-purpose plant! That's not even a name, Dorothy! You really did forget, didn't ya?